morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out today and braving the weather. My name is Carrie Giles. I am the Northern Director of Utah Clean Cities, and we have been involved with the IdleFree program here in Utah for several years now. We are working with the children, with the schools, and with the businesses across the state, and with the politicians as well, to make sure that everybody in the state is aware of the IdleFree program and the importance of it. And today I would really like to thank the governor, who is unable to be here today, but was able to sign the declaration last week and officially declare it as IdleFree Awareness Month in Utah. And we will continue signing that declaration here today. I would also like to thank Superintendent Shumway, who is unable to be here as well, but who has been instrumental in teaching the school bus drivers and getting this program into all of our schools here in Utah to help prevent idling. Also, I would like to thank the funding by the EcoStar Grant and Climate Showcase Communities Grants, who are able to help fund and get these materials to all of our schools and businesses across Utah and to help continue this program. Today you'll be hearing from several representatives who are key in this program. You'll be hearing from Representative Carol Moss directly after me. She has been our champion of being able to get this pushed through in a resolution at the House level. Following her will be Murrell Martin, who's had many years in this IdleFree program and helping get it into our schools. Following Murrell will be Mayor Carroon, Mayor of Salt Lake County, and then will be Mayor Becker, Mayor of Salt Lake City, who are both the instrumental mayors in helping declare the first IdleFree awareness program 2 years ago here in Utah. So with that, I'll turn it over to Representative Moss.
Thank you, Carrie, and thank you all for coming today. I'm here today in praise of Kid Crusaders, and you can see them here and behind the fence, because these kids know sadly they can't all be on this side. We know, and kids know, that they can make a difference. And the key point that I made to Patty White's class last year, Patty, teacher, wave, when I visited them, was that their opinions count. And I went to talk to them about how government works and how they can make a difference and how they can be good citizens. And they came up with the idea of having this IdleFree campaign. And so they thought if they had a resolution, we could get the message out there to a wider audience. And so they did the research, and I helped them write House Joint Resolution 5, Clean Air Resolution, to discourage people from unnecessary idling in motor vehicles. And it passed the House and the Senate, where Senator Jones was the Senate sponsor. The students got to come up and participate in and watch the entire process, and then it was signed by the governor in March. Now, this was a big start, and yet we have a lot more to do. What those kids were able to do last year, the 6th grade class, Mrs. White's class, was to get the campaign in neighboring schools, their own school first of all, because they got tired of not being able to go out to play or having such bad air, to breathe bad air when they went out. So they said, this is not right. So they put signs out, and these kids have done the same thing this year, and they've been outside the school when parents come to pick up with signs and reminding people, because there's nothing like a child to make you feel guilty as an adult, right? So they tell their parents, their grandparents, friends, and the story just spreads. So this year, when I visited the class again, this school is in my district, and I love to visit the schools. Last week, we talked about being a good citizen and about being active participants in their community and how to be leaders. And so they've taken this challenge this year. These kids are going to take it to the next level, and they're going to take this story and this program to many more schools. And I look forward to seeing what they do, because we all know that you can make a difference because your opinions count. Thank you very much, and I look forward to this year.
Thank you, Representative Moss, and it's an honor for me to be here today on behalf of State Superintendent Shumway and the State Board of Education. First, I want to express appreciation to our 3,000 plus school bus drivers and the great example that they have set in the idling reduction program that they're in the third year of, two complete successful years and into the third year. This IdleFree Utah campaign is a great campaign for Utah elementary schools, and our state superintendent Shumway was happy to send out a letter to every one of our 515 public education elementary school principals and invite them to hopefully follow the example of Morningside Elementary and many other great elementaries that have done such an excellent job in promoting this program. Express appreciation to the governor and his staff for all that they do with this. Also express appreciation for being able to work with Mayor Becker and Mayor Carroon. They've been on board with this thing since the start and have been champions of it, and personally in the things that they've done in their own life as well as in the efforts that they've put forth to it. Express appreciation to Utah Clean Cities. Carrie, Giles, and Robin Erickson, so tireless in their efforts, and they have made a huge difference and will continue to in the future. I want to take a minute while I'm here and just encourage, if I may, more use of school buses. And I want to share some facts about school buses that you may not be aware of. In Utah, over 172,000 students ride to and from school in approximately 2,400 school buses. Because of that effort, over 11 million gallons of fuel are saved each year. How do we save that much fuel by having 2,400 buses on the road? It's because they replace about 86,000 other vehicles that would be on the road during rush hour in the AM and PM if our 2,400 school buses were not on the road. And that's how we can save that many millions of gallons of fuel. That's equivalent to over $40 million of transportation costs of getting kids to and from school if we had to put those kids out and have parents drive them to and from school. With each bus replacing 36 vehicles, harmful particulate matter is reduced in the tons because of that reduction of 11 million gallons of fuel less that is burned within the state of Utah. Nationally, for every 32,500 children transported on a bus, one life is saved for every 32,500 kids that are transported to and from school. And in Utah, that's at least 5 lives every single year that are saved because we put kids on school buses. And so not only is there benefit from clean air, but a lot of other benefits. Would encourage parents and students to use the bus when it is available. Now, if you can walk to and from school, that's excellent too, because that's better for your health as well. Riding on the school bus is another way that we can help clean the air. Now, it's an honor for me to have been asked to read this declaration on behalf of Governor Herbert, and so I'll go ahead and do that. Whereas school buses provide safe transportation to and from school for more than 24 million children, with the buses traveling 4 billion miles each year, whereas there are approximately 450,000 school buses on the road nationwide, and 390,000 of those buses are diesel powered, whereas diesel powered school buses, particularly older ones, lack emission control devices, emit particulate matter and other pollutants in diesel exhaust that can pose health hazards to children, whereas these pollutants, when inhaled, may aggravate asthma and allergies or cause other serious health problems for children, whereas during the 2009 school year, more than 3,000 school bus drivers in Utah reduced bus idling time by 21 minutes per day per bus, with 92,000 gallons of fuel consumption savings, more than 5,000 pounds of particulate matter emissions, and helped improve our state's air quality, whereas every resident can similarly improve our state's air quality if they turn off their vehicles whenever they are going to idle more than 10 seconds, Whereas education about idling reduction can raise community awareness, encourage consumers to develop idle-free habits, and influence adoption of idle-free policies within city and county governments. Whereas Salt Lake City Mayor Ralph Becker, Salt Lake County Mayor Peter Carroon, Ogden City Mayor Matthew Godfrey, and Provo City Mayor John Curtis, City of St. George Mayor Daniel MacArthur, Hurricane Mayor Tom Hershey, Washington City Mayor Kenneth Nelson, and City of Ivins Mayor Chris Hart, and other partnering cities have undertaken an idling reduction campaign in order to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and improve air quality. And whereas the Idle-Free Awareness Month kickoff begins with the Salt Lake City, Salt Lake County, and Utah Clean Cities Coalition Sustainable Schools Idle-Free campaign, now therefore Gary R. Herbert, Governor of the state of Utah, did declare the month of September 2010 as Idle-Free Awareness Month in Utah. Thanks to our governor, and thanks to all of our city mayors for everything that they are doing right now to improve air quality. Thank you.